All right, let's dive a little bit deeper into VMG and how you can have the very best experience with it, and also a little bit more about the research and what really sets it apart from everything else out there that I have ever looked at on the market. Um, First of all, I'm really excited to share with you, just hot off the press, a very recent study that has been done. And again, just as a reminder, one of the key things in VMG is it utilizes several different essential oils and a liposomal delivery technology to significantly increase absorption, right? We talked about between 400 and 600%, depending on which vitamins are impacted by that in the supplement. So that's huge, right? Much, much better absorption. But what I thought was really cool is they actually did a study and compared the VMG to several of the top competitors. You might be familiar with AG1, which is Athletic Greens. It's one of the leading brands of similar products that has it has a lot of similar things in it. It's more expensive. If you're getting it on Amazon, it's $118 for a bag for a 30-day supply. So quite a bit more expensive than our VMG, which I will say, initially you're paying $89.50 for it. If you choose to get that on a monthly basis, you actually start getting the first month 10% back, and that starts to go up to 30% in basically just free product credit money. And so if you factor that in, it ends up being $65.50. So really, really huge savings there if you are taking the product consistently. So keep that in mind. But compared to the AG1, which is one of the top competitors, the top selling product, so they were actually able to, on a cellular level, test and look at what is the absorption. And they picked calcium because calcium is such a key ingredient. It's a very common deficiency. I think almost everyone is aware of how, especially women, as you age, there is a huge issue with that deficiency and the bones being brittle and all of that. So it's a really, really key ingredient that our bodies really, really need to be able to absorb. Our cells need to be able to utilize our bones, all of that. So they tested calcium, and when you peg the VMG calcium absorption that they were able to look at a cellular level at 100%, and then looking at what was the comparison of AG1, and they also looked at Centrum, which actually Centrum doesn't even have calcium. Just they were thinking, what would someone be taking? Is there multivitamin? There's no calcium in that one. And they also looked at another common top selling product called Power Greens, which is also quite similar in what it has in it, of course, but it doesn't have all the liposomal technology and the essential oil delivery system. And so they looked at what is the difference of that absorption of calcium in the cell. So with the VMG pegged at 100% absorption based on what they were able to measure in the cell, comparatively, the AG1 only had 9.8% absorption. So hardly any absorption of the calcium in that product. And then the Power Greens did a little bit better at 18.7%. But 18.7% compared to 100, I hope you understand not all products are the same, because absorption is the only thing that matters, right? If you're putting something into your body and your body is not able to utilize it, you're just throwing your money down the drain. And so I just thought that was a really huge example to help you understand that you get what you pay for. Along this concept of you are what you absorb, your gut microbiome plays a huge role as well. One person's ability to absorb could be better than someone else because of their gut microbiome. So there's a couple other things you can do to maximize your experience and get the most bang for your buck, making sure that the money you are spending on your VMG is actually getting completely used by your body. So one of the top things you can do is PB Restore, because if your gut microbiome is not healthy and not thriving and it's full of candida and overgrowth and things like that, it's very hard. It's much harder for your body to be able to absorb and utilize nutrients. And so shifting that gut microbiome, improving that microbiome is one of the best things you can do to guarantee that your body is absorbing and utilizing everything you're taking in. So PB Restore, super simple. You'll learn about more in depth about this later, but just helping you understand, taking it together can really help really optimize your experience. Now, if you're one where you have digestive issues and you struggle with bloating, you struggle with maybe diarrhea or constipation or things like that, those are all indicators that your gut microbiome is not optimal. It is likely very dysfunctional. And so one of the best things you can do in addition to the PB Restore, and you guys, so exciting, more research about this, about how much it's shifting the body and the microbiome in 30, 60, 90 days. But the TerraZyme is what I would highly recommend. These are digestive enzymes. And what these do is allow your body to better break down, better utilize. As we age especially, our body starts making less and less enzymes. And depending on, what you're eating in your diet, that also affects your gut microbiome and how well your body is able to absorb and utilize things. So this is one of the best things you can do if you're one that you're like, oh, I do struggle with digestive issues. I would say 100% you'll want to be taking this as well, because that's going to help, again, shift your microbiome, help your body better break things down and absorb everything that you're taking in. And then lastly, the omegas also, anytime you're taking any nutrient thing with more fats, it's just helpful because that always increases and improves absorption. And then the last thing would be doTERRA's Recharge. These are both products, or this is actually one product. There's 2 different flavors, lemon, lime, and strawberry. If you're one where you're taking electrolytes, this is like electrolyte on steroids. It is so much better and cleaner in what you have in it. The nutrients in here, again, and then helping your body be fully hydrated also are going to help your body absorb and utilize what you're taking in better as well. So those are all things that you can add to what you're doing. You're going to get other benefits. I would say the statistics show that 75% of people are dehydrated, and that is a very root problem in our health issues. So just maximizing absorption while also really solving that problem of dehydration is a huge thing as well. That's going to just add to your having a healing and thriving experience.